We're back at it today on the Jeep. It is the end of January and I am in a t-shirt and shorts. So the weather is weird this year. So it was 78 degrees yesterday. It's 50 something degrees today. So if you're coming back to the channel, the last video we did, I'll leave a description or a link for it. We replaced the fenders on the rear of the Jeep with some metalcloak Overland fenders. But what that also did was it left us with our wheel well exposed. And because as you replace those fenders, you have to take out the wheel well liners. And so we ended up ordering some aluminum wheel well liners for the rear for metalcloak to integrate into their system. So if this is something you're interested, please stick around for the video. Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Driveway. Today we have our new box of metalcloak fenders. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up and show you what's on the inside. Like I said before, we put in the metalcloak Overland fenders on the Jeep, and we needed to have wheel well liners to protect all of the stuff that's in the back that is exposed to inside that wheel well. Jeep, I guess, I don't know what they were thinking when they put all that stuff there, because it's a high impact area from the tire. I assume that they just felt like the plastic was going to do its job. So we're going to replace all that with aluminum. So let's look inside of this. So it comes with some brackets, but look at how all these are packed. So I ordered the rear inner fender well liners, and they're aluminum, but I had them powder coated black. So they're just simple, easy, packed in a nice bubble wrap, and just like the fenders when they came, they were wrapped and they came undamaged, and these look to be the same way. Now we have them all out. So these are both of the fenders. It comes with some hardware. So we have some support brackets, and these are nicely labeled. Hardware kits. And then on top of that, you're gonna need a 7/16 inch wrench, a 9/16 inch wrench, a 7/32 Allen, and a 5/32 Allen, and then a socket wrench to turn that. So the first thing we have to do actually is remove 3 of the bolts from the fender that we installed last time. So this one, and then that one. And what that's going to allow us to do is to slide the inner fender up in that space, utilizing the tabs that they have. So we'll go ahead and get those 3 bolts taken off real fast and get back. Got those bolts out. So the next step is to install these nuts on the back side of the fender. And what they're going to do is they're going to capture the screw, the bolt that actually was going through the fender and the pinch weld, which will now also go through the back side of the fender. We're also going to put these along the bottom of the fender skirt. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So there's tabs right here, and we're going to use these in that place to be able to install the other hardware. So the way these work is you just squeeze the edges and they'll go right into the square. And you see how they fit just in there like that? So we'll get the rest of those done and installed on the other side too. Also have this support tab that's going to catch the other edge of that fender, like so. And it bolts to another one of these holes with some of the hardware provided. So we're going to put those two in, or install them real fast. So we have all the backing bolts in the fenders. We have the tabs where they need to be, and then we have the bracket that captures that front corner. You got to make sure that this piece is facing toward the frame. So to make sure that the angle is toward the frame on both of those pieces, and that's going to capture that front edge of the fender itself. So I think at this point we're going to loosely fit one in and see if everything lines up. We started on the passenger side first, and it's a little hard to wrangle it all in, but once you get everything lined up, it goes pretty well. Now for me, I used this bolt first, and then came up to the top, and then got the bottom, and then have the little ones, and then finally the one for the tab. So they're all loose right now, and so now I'm going to start tightening them up. I'm going to tighten the fender bolts first, then I'm going to tighten the 4 across the bottom. So we got that done, and you got the metalcloak little emblem there, and everything's nice and tight. So they do a really good job of understanding that, like, that bolt is going to come around, so they make a nice little cutout for it. That way everything fits nice and tight. So we're going to do the other side real quick, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Like I said, I start with the bolt closest to the engine and then work my way back around, and then put the small bolts in on the actual inside of the fender, and then just tighten everything down. It's not very hard. Now there is a little bit of difference on this side. They had 3 bolts along the bottom of the fender. On the passenger side, there's only 2 that go on the driver's side. So you can see there's only a hole there, and then that's for the bracket that's on the bottom. So you see we got those 3 done. And now we just got to put in the small ones. All right, so we got everything loose. And we're just going to tighten up those top bolts around the actual fender itself, and then we'll get the bottom ones on the bottom side. That's it. So this one's done. Now I showed you a couple brackets ahead of time. They kind of tell you where to put them, and those are for if you don't have the metalcloak fenders. So that's a bracket or a reinforcement plate for the fender that you stick on the vehicle in a designated location to help brace everything up because of the mounting bolts that are needed. So pretty simple install. Super happy with how everything turned out. And the thing that's most important to me, so the metalcloak, they're made in the USA. I like to buy USA made things if it's entirely possible, but they also make a quality product that I'm super happy with. I've got their stuff all over the Jeep. You know, everything is bought with my own money because I just think it's a quality product, and it served me well. So hope you guys got something from the video. This is Dan from Fisher Jeep Adventures, and we'll see you next time.